Hey everybody, Josh here at PTL Flooring. And there's a lot of options out there in floor covering, and two of the big ones are laminate and LVP. There's a lot of similarities, there's some differences between them. So I'm going to take a few minutes, try to help you make a good decision for what you should purchase for your home. Okay, so what I got here is some LVP product and some laminate product. Now in each of these categories, there's a variety of products out there. So for this video, I just have an SPC product. SPC is, like for instance, this product here is stone polymer core. It's just a little more rigid of a product. It's not as flexible. And you see, a little more rigid, a little harder, a little better performer for some environments. And then laminate, this is just what's known as a waterproof laminate. So which is very performance comparable with the LVP. Because the beauty of the LVP and why it's gone so popular in recent years is because it is 100% waterproof, because there's no wood products in it. It's all this vinyl and polymer, and in the case of an SPC, has a ground stone core to it, you know, in the middle here, this stuff. So laminate in the old days, we called it old days, not that long ago. It used to be, you know, if it got wet, the edges would curl, they would bubble, they would swell. There's still a lot of laminate products out there like that, and then it's just ruined, you know. So if you wet mop, if you had a heavy spill, it would be ruined and you'd have to throw it away. So LVP got popular because of that. The beautiful side of laminate was, you know, compared to wood, was it's very scratch resistant, very dent resistant. So if you've seen one of my other videos, I have a water test on those waterproof laminate. You can go watch my other YouTube video. And so laminate now is a waterproof laminate is now on par with the vinyl plank in regards to the waterproofness. So laminate is made of a HDF core to it. It's basically ground sawdust, glue, and compressed together. That's kind of a generic formation how it's put together, you know, with the picture on top. So both of these products, laminate and LVP, both have a picture of wood on top to give you that look of wood. And so they're very similar in looks when it's all put together, said and done. It's just the different visuals that the companies have. You know, like I said, I just have a couple here. There's hundreds of visuals and colors. So between them two, so the look of it's really similar. The waterproofness is very similar. Both of these, if you get a quality laminate and a quality LVP, they're both going to be highly scratch resistant. Now in the world of LVPs, you typically see what's known as like a 12 millimeter product or a 20 millimeter product. I'm sorry, not millimeter, mil thickness. 12 and 20 mil thicknesses are the most popular ones, and that is the finish coating on top, the surface protection. So 20 mil is of course a little thicker than 12, and that'll give you more scratch resistant to the product, you know, better protection, protecting that picture. So thickness wise, that's why I have here, they come in different thicknesses. Like for instance, this one's a 6 mil and this one's a 10 mil. And in laminate, you typically got a 12 millimeter thick product. You can also get a 14 millimeter, such as this one. So 12 mil is going to be closest to a ½ inch thick. So as you can see in this video here, if we can make it, put them together. You know, there's a height difference between them. So sometimes that may come into play. Sometimes you have to add an underlayment. If you only get a 6 millimeter thick LVP, you may need an underlayment to bring it up, depending on what your current flooring is. Whereas you just want, you know, you go with a ½ inch and you're good to go. So that, the height variances may come into play. You know, you go with a 10 mil thick, might be good enough. LVP. So they are both waterproof, both highly scratch resistant. This Mohawk Redwood product, for instance, has a lifetime residential warranty. This Gaia LVP product has a 50-year residential warranty. So both very long warranties to both these products. The biggest difference between them where you're going to have issues is if it floods. So if you get a flood and water gets in and around to this core of the laminate, then it could swell up on you. And once it does that, it's ruined. So you'd have to have a catastrophic event to really have water damage. Whereas SBC, if it floods, it's not going to swell up on you. It's going to stay the same. So most likely you can reinstall it once you tear it out. And reinstall if you have subfloor damage. So basically boils down to is the look. I will say this, the vinyl is a little warmer of a feel because it is vinyl, so it's a softer touch to it. So if you like to go barefoot, the laminate's going to feel a little colder to your feet compared to the vinyl. And so laminates have, some of them have texture to it. Same with the vinyls. They also will sometimes mimic texture of a wood textured floor. So those both very similar. Cost-wise are similar depending on what you choose. The vinyl plank on some aspects could be a higher cost than the laminate. So it depends on what you choose. So a 6 mil thick in LVP will be a lower cost than your waterproof laminate, whereas a 10 mil LVP will be higher cost than your laminate. I think that's about it. I hope that helps. But if you come down to the showroom, take a look at all the options because there is a lot of different colors to choose from. I'll show you real briefly. These are SPC LVPs. As you can see, a lot of options, a lot of colors to choose from. And then the waterproof laminates as well have a lot of color options we have here to go through. So we have a couple hundred of each sitting here to choose from. So hope this helps. Hopefully this helps you make a decision. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference between LVP and laminate in performance. It mainly comes down to price and look. And then again, these are talking about the quality products. There is lower grade products in both laminate and LVP that this won't perform as well, won't last as long, but they are lower cost. So if that's the main concern, you won't have as great performance out of either one. So, but come on down. We got a lot to choose from. Ask more questions. Put questions in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer them if you need some little more clarity. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day.